What's up, players? Ryan here from BassMatter, taking you through the core bass learning program. This lesson, we're going to talk about creating the perfect practice regimen for you. What you should practice, how long you should practice it, and how frequently you should practice it. Let's get to work. Have you ever been guilty of trying to find a shortcut to making the most out of your practice time? I know that I am, and I've looked up all the different books out there, how to get 10,000 hours of practice time in, mastering a craft in 20 hours only, and working on getting my sleeping patterns better, eating the right food so my brain can retain information faster. It is absolutely insane how many ideas there are out there to make the most out of your practice time. But of all the theories, one thing hasn't been taken out. You've got to put the time into it. And of course, the big trick is making that time most effective for what your goal is. So step number one, have you identified a goal for bass? Now, if you want to be a professional player and be in New York on Broadway, playing in the pits and playing in the studio, you're probably going to have to become a master of sight reading. Now, of course, if you want to play in a cover band and you've got a top 40 set that you're working through, you're probably not going to have to master sight reading, but you're going to have to master those songs. You're going to want to practice those instead. So making sure that you set a goal allows you to identify where you need to put your energy and how much time you have to spend on those types of things. So step number one, make sure that you create a goal and you stick to it. It's of course okay if that goal changes down the road. Now, the next step that you can look at is, of course, making the most of your time is making your bass easily accessible, okay? So, step number two, make sure that your bass is out and in the open and highly visible for you. If it's in the case, in the closet, or under the couch, or wherever it might be, it's going to be difficult for you to just quickly grab that when you have a 5-minute break around the house to start getting some jam time in. So make sure that your bass is visible and out and ready for you to jam with. I know that in some circumstances this isn't always ideal or even possible, but see what you can do to make that available for you. The entire core series is built into 3 content pillars. The first one is music theory, the second one's a blend of technique and conditioning, and the third one is musicality. Between those 3 particular categories, you should be able to identify your goal and piecemeal different things together to make it a custom-tailored program for your practice time. So make sure that you also focus on how much time you get in. Even if it is just a 10 or a 15-minute jam, that is one of the best things that you can do. The next step is to simply play. One of the most effective things that you can do for practice is playing to your favorite music out there. So tell you what, go grab your favorite CD, hop on your laptop, whatever it might be, and put on your favorite song and grab your bass and start jamming to it. It's going to make a world of difference for your playing right away. It's going to help with your ears, it's going to help with your technique and conditioning, and as you get farther along the road with theory, you're going to be able to start figuring out what some of these artists are doing. Now, the last step that I have a suggestion for you is really tailored more towards the adult players out there, but I know that if I make a financial investment in something, for whatever reason, I take it more seriously. Go and take private lessons. Even if you just take a couple of lessons and you just spend a couple of bucks on it, I know that for me, when I fork out a 20, I go out there and get a half-an-hour lesson from a high-end, highly developed, and high caliber player, then I take away something from it and I learn and I feel more motivated to practice. Of course, videos like this are great. They're great substitutions for you to help get new ideas and get some new content, but nothing, in my opinion, supplements that one-on-one time with somebody that can really coach you and mentor you and grow you in your musicianship and your playing, listen to your ideas, help draw new ones out of you, and give you some great coaching. All right, guys, that wraps up this lesson for putting together the perfect practice regimen. Make sure you stay tuned for the next lesson, which is going to be a conversation about ergonomics and the anatomy of your bass guitar. How you understand how to hold it and how to play it so you don't actually hurt yourself. And believe it or not, you can get injured playing bass. and of course understanding how the instrument works and why certain things do what they do. So if you ever have a problem, you can either A, fix it yourself, or B, have a great idea of what's wrong so you can take it to a place to get it managed. That's it, guys. Don't forget to find us online, find us on Facebook, find us on Twitter, find us on Instagram, find us on Google+, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and we'll see you at the next lesson.